वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैवं नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तना तद्ग्रन्थस्थो ह्यभद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्सताम् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवते उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 18, Text 4. तानतिष्ठति यः सम्यक् उपायान् पूर्वदर्शितान् अवरः श्रद्धयोपेता उपेयान विन्दते अजसा.
Chapter 19th.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
I put it on the screen.
Yeah. Text 4. अन्वितो ब्रह्म सर्वभ्यां लोकपालीन् सहं गुणे उपायज्ञ मनो गन्धर्वैर् मुनिभिश्चाप्सरो गणे. Translation. When Lord Vishnu appeared in the sacrificial arena, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and all the chief predominating personalities of every planet, as well as their followers, came with him. When he appeared on the scene, the residents of Gandharvaloka, the great sages, and the residents of Apsaraloka all praised him. Text 5. Siddha Vidyadhara Daitya Danava Guhya Kadaya Sunandananda Pramukha Varshada Pravera Hare. Translation. The Lord was accompanied by the residents of Siddhaloka and Vidyadharloka, all the descendants of Diti, and the demons and the yakshas. He was also accompanied by his chief associates headed by Sunanda and Nanda. End of purport. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I think maybe I'm confused now. Is it chapter 18 or 19? 1 second.
Yeah, 18, Prabhu. We're still in 18 chapter.
Okay. Sorry. I think sorry that Prabhu. I don't know why.
Prabhu, it is chapter 18, Prabhu.
Yeah, I think it's my bad. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Okay, I'll start over, no problem. All right, text 4. तानतिष्ठति यः सम्यक् उपायान् पूर्वदर्शितान् अवरः श्रद्धयोपेता उपेयान् विन्दते अजसा. Translation. One who follows the principles and instructions enjoined by the great sages of the past can utilize these instructions for practical purposes. Such a person can very easily enjoy life and pleasures. Purport. The Vedic principles Mahajano Yen Gatah Sapati Panthaha urge us to follow in the footsteps of great liberated souls. In this way, we can receive benefit in both this life and the next, and we can also improve our material life. By following principles laid down by great sages and saints of the past, we can easily understand the aim of all life. The word avaraha means inexperience, is very significant in this verse. Every conditioned soul is inexperienced. Everyone is abodh jata, born a fool and rascal. In democratic government at the present moment, all kinds of fools and rascals are making decisions. But what can they do? What is the result of their legislation? They enact something today just to whimsically repeal it tomorrow. One political party utilizes a country for one purpose, and the next moment another political party forms a different type of government and nullifies all the laws and regulations. This process of chewing the chewed, punah punash charvit charvananam, will never make human society happy. In order to make all human society happy and prosperous, we should accept the standard methods given by liberated persons. Text 5. Tananadratyayo विद्वान् अर्थम् आरभते स्वयं तस्य व्यभिचारन्ति अर्था आरब्धाश्च पुनः पुनः. Translation: A foolish person who manufactures his own ways and means through mental speculation and does not recognize the authority of the sages who lay down unimpeachable directions is simply unsuccessful again and again in his attempts. Purport: At the present moment, it has become fashionable to disobey the unimpeachable directions given by the acharyas and liberated souls of the past. Presently, people are so fallen that they cannot distinguish between a liberated soul and a conditioned soul. A conditioned soul is hampered by four defects. He is sure to commit mistakes, he is sure to become illusioned, he has tendency to cheat others, and his senses are imperfect. Consequently, we have to take directions from the liberated persons. This Krishna consciousness movement directly receives instructions from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are persons who are strictly following his instruction. Although a follower may not be a liberated person, if he follows the Supreme liberated Personality of Godhead, his actions are naturally liberated from the contamination of the material life. Lord Chaitanya therefore says, by my order, you may become a spiritual master. One can immediately become a spiritual master by having full faith in the transcendental words of Supreme Personality of Godhead and by following his instructions. Materialistic men are not interested in taking directions from a liberated person, but they are very much interested in their own concocted ideas, which make them repeatedly fail in their attempts. Because the entire world is now following the imperfect directions of conditioned souls, humanity is completely bewildered. End of purport. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to purify myself. I'm going to read from a lecture given by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So, Maharaj starts by giving an example of an instruction that Srila Prabhupada gave in 1969, where he said on the occasion of a marriage that may everyone be happy. He said that is the purpose of marriage and life, to be charitable, to be in the spirit of servitude. We have to give something to others. And in this effort to make others happy, Krishna reciprocates and makes us happy. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us this principle. The more we are instruments in God's hand in awakening love of God in other people, love of God awakens in our hearts. So Srila Prabhupada would cite his disciples often, he will say, look how they were so morose before, they were doing all kinds of sinful things. And now see, after coming to Krishna consciousness, how bright-faced and enthusiastic they have become. So in fact, he explained that this miracle of making them hippies, from hippies to happies, was his best miracle. If we water the root, all parts of tree become happy. So soul is the root of our existence. If we water the needs of our soul, the living that in the loving service of Krishna, then our life becomes happy. Then Maharaj also recalls his interactions with his god brother Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj, where he tells that during his last days when he was battling cancer, Bhakti Tirth Maharaj was emaciated. He had tumors covering his body. One of his leg was amputated, and his body was totally ravaged by cancer. Yet he was smiling, and his smile would light up the whole room, and his eyes were twinkling. He told Radhanath Maharaj um, that I have never been so happy tasting Krishna like uh, never before. I would not trade my position with anyone else. But people coming to visit him were tearful. They were sad. But when they will meet him and come out of room, they did not look sad. So he was giving other people the happiness. He was trying to taste Krishna and distribute that taste to others. This is the position of a devotee. Even at such a precarious moment in his life, he was ready to serve others, make others happy. Right. One time, one of Srila Prabhupada's disciple asked him that when we distribute your books, people look at your picture and ask us why your guru is always so serious. Does he ever smile? So Prabhupada, after hearing this, told one of them to bring the Bhagavad Gita. So they all thought that Prabhupada will recite a verse from Bhagavad Gita. But no, Srila Prabhupada showed them one picture where he was smiling and said, show them this next time. But then after this, he became more serious and he said, they don't understand the science of happiness. Even a devotee of Krishna is in a grave mood because he is absorbed in Krishna. A devotee tries to see the lamentable condition of others. That is a form of transcendental happiness they have. So Krishna is pleased by our compassion towards others. Par dukkha dukhi. So he is a great person in the eyes of God who is crying for others. So this is the definition of a great person. Not somebody who can speak very eloquently, read people's mind, can do some mystic yoga and all that. Those are not great persons. Advaita Acharya, the best of all Vaishnavas, we just had his appearance day last week. He spent years crying on the banks of river Ganga with, offering water and tulsi leaf to his Shaligram Shila and begging for Krishna to come. So, this is their transcendental happiness. Somebody looking from outside can say they are sad, but no, they are happy by being sad for others. Then Radhanath Maharaj tells that he used to give lectures at the alcohol de-addiction centers in Mumbai, and he said the message there was that unless you hit rock bottom, there was no chance of improving, right? You have to feel really bad about your situation and wanting to quit alcohol. As long as you think you are happy drinking, then there was no chance of quitting it. So when you suffer to the maximum, then a light comes in the mind and which says, I have to do something about it. So material life is like that. People are intoxicated by egotism, selfish enjoyment. And as long as they think they can find relief in material condition and adjustments, this intoxication will not let them find the real solution, right? So they have to feel bad about their situation. So that's why when we are faced with setbacks in life, we look for Krishna. When we are suffering, we look for Krishna. Srivas Thakur and the associates used to perform kirtana all day for the people who are suffering due to lack of God realization. We saw how Advaita Acharya used to fast for days. So Srivas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, they were in transcendental ecstasy, suffering for rasa of love. That was the special quality of Srila Prabhupada that made him so unique. many Vaishnavas were great scholars, but Srila Prabhupada was very compassionate for others. In his prayers for on Jaladuta, he wrote, I have no bhakti, I am not Bhakti Vedanta, but you have given me this title. So now you need to fulfill the meaning of this. He asked Krishna, why have you brought me to this terrible place where everyone is in such ignorance? How will I ever teach them your message? So, have we ever said that after coming to America? Did we say that why you brought me here? Right? In fact, we feel like we have come to Swargloka or something, and we are very happy to be here. Forget about crying in pain. But Srila Prabhupada was feeling the pain of everyone, even the people he had not met. He writes that when will they understand your message? When will they become happy? So his happiness was in seeing others happy at an emotional level, at spiritual level. Srila Prabhupada was very concerned, even during his last days, about whether his disciples were getting good prasadam, whether they were in good health. And he was most concerned about the fact that are they chanting 16 rounds? Are they following the 4 regulative principles? So Srila Prabhupada was concerned with their body, with their mind, with their soul, and wanted to ensure that everyone was happy in Krishna consciousness. So Srimad Bhagavatam also teaches us how to live happily in Krishna consciousness. One must follow in the footsteps of the great souls. Mahajano yen gatasa panthaha. So the Mahajanas are those who have taken the path of devotional service. And these personalities are the perfect persons. So when Srila Prabhupada wrote his purports of Srimad Bhagavatam, he had the commentaries of the greatest Vaishnava Acharyas, and he summarized their teachings and realizations. So we understand the life of great souls by other great souls. So Srila Prabhupada brought us all that knowledge and the wisdom and their realizations. He taught us about Guru Parampara, Acharyas, Panchatattvas. So not only what they spoke, also how they applied it to give us a practical understanding of how to live in Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada, he never changed the essence. Everything was as it is. And he was trying to open our hearts to this knowledge, right? So if, let's say, if a doctor gives us a medicine, but we are not able to digest it, it will be of no use. Same way, Srila Prabhupada was so expert that he gave us this medicine in a way that we can digest it. And that's what we see in Srimad Bhagavatam, the stories of great persons, how they applied the teachings of Krishna in their real life. So our acharyas also taught us how to live by this selfless spirit and take so much risk by making in doing what will make others happy. And that is the real principle of Mahajano yen gatasa panthaha. With this, I would like to end. Please forgive me for any shortcomings. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaः.